forced to retreat back into his base. HorizoN now with an advantage, 127 supply, and is currently on 4 base. I feel like I've casted this game before, because I think I know what happens. Alrighty. Something about this game seems very familiar. Alright, Mulisk Ball now heading down the attack base, catches those missile turrets, and decides to start doing some damage. Catches the command center flying out, and is going to be, does he get the command center picked off? No, Marines stim and chase the Mulisks away, just barely not being able to take out any of those mutas in the process. Meanwhile, here, look back in at Pwder's base, more Hellions on the way, +1/+1, as well as vehicle weapons level 1 on the way as well. HorizoN's doing a pretty fantastic job sitting up at 160 supply to Pwder's 90 supply. Pwder being forced to land down here at the unsafe 3rd base, out in front. SCV's coming up to throw up missile turrets. Pwder's army is coming up to defend this base going up. Meanwhile, Mulisks are flying around to the backside. More siege tanks and Marines are on the way. And catching a few of the Hellions and Marines out of position, sniping those down, could easily push into the main, but decides to get chased away yet again. Missile turrets now coming in and doing some damage to those Mulisks as well. Infestation Pit now going down, +2 missile attacks going up as well for our Zerg player. Meanwhile, in Terran base, getting a Planetary Fortress morphed in, as well as his +2/+2 for the infantry, +1 vehicle weapons going up as well, and getting even more missile turrets thrown up, just to keep those Mulisks from doing any possible damage to his base. Also great to detect any kind of infestor action going on, +1/+1 for his ground, and getting his hive up as well. Whew, there's a lot going on in this game. This is definitely going to be an intense game. We've got lots of Zerglings on the field right now. No more Banelings being morphed in, as well as this Mutaball, which has decided to remain idle for now, even though it could come in and easily snipe down these 2 missile turrets and begin working on all of these buildings from our Terran player, as his army is so far out of position right now. 5th base going up for HorizoN, as he's currently sitting really close to 100 supply, sniping down that missile turret and that refinery going up, and deciding to pull back with this Mutalisk Ball. 22 mutas in all, flying around, keeping Pwder on his toes. 7 Marines in production now for Pwder. 50 Banelings morphing in? That's a lot of Banelings. Ooh, look at them all. That is going to do some damage. +3 attacks on the way for our Terran player. And these 50 Banelings are on the way. And it looks like HorizoN did lose quite a bit of his mutas, now down to 20 muta, 124 army supply. Like, jeez Louise. Does get scanned by our Terran player. He decides to back off. Flying around with the mutas, realizes that there is no 3rd base, or 4th base up. Snipes a tank for a Mutalisk. That's a good trade. You want to do that. Coming back down, realizes that there are more. Ooh, trades a Mutalisk for a Marine. Not a good. Needs to stop attacking into this army. Could easily pull the Terran out of position by attacking his production facility. Stop trying to go for the army. You're not going to do much damage. Either that or sneak around the back. Yes, manages to pick off the tank. I'll say, but he is trading Mutalisks for tanks, and that is not a good engagement. Now down to 17 mutas. He's going to need to either do something about this army. I mean, there's only 3 tanks here. It's not going to do that much damage compared to this huge ball of units. Flyer attacks level 3 on the way, as well as the adrenal glands. SCVs now moving out across the map. Where these SCVs headed, it looks like they're going to establish a base up here in the northern position. Thor's now on the way for our Terran player, +3/+3, and getting +2 vehicle weapons. And he's trying to take another base. Pwder getting another base. Baneling going in, doing some damage, taking out as many of these units as possible. Baneling going after the rest of the Marines. Baneling's getting those Marines. Banelig's go too far and past the Marines, but they managed to catch back up. Units meanwhile cleaning up the rest of this attack. And it looks like HorizoN is back in the lead, 175 to 114. Snipes down that command center from Pwder. Meanwhile, Pwder is getting this base established as well. Mulisks now flying down into the base. There's a lot of missile turrets here. These Mulisks are not going to move. Should have focused fire down some of those. Baneling's warming in and doing lots of damage to those as well. Thor now out and running about on the field, has 2 kills of his own, lots of medevacs out as well. Ball is down to 14, and HorizoN sitting at 177 supply. A lot more mutas. There's the rest of the mutas. 27 mutas now on the field. 39 mutalisks. Good lord, that is a lot of mutas. That is going to do some damage. Meanwhile, here Pwder is working on building some more Thors for his army. Has 2 Thors out on the field right now, and building another Thor. Lots of Marines, so Marine Thor now versus massive mutalisk. Is now harassing the 4th base of Pwder, managing to take down those missile turrets. Still sitting up at 39. Mutalisk manages to get that 4th base taken out. Meanwhile, there's a whole bunch of Marines heading up and a lot of medevacs. That is a significant number of medevacs to keep this army alive. 9 medevacs in all. High-sec auto-tracking going up for Pwder as well, so he can get those missile turrets to do even more damage. As we currently have lots of Mutalisks on the field and lots of Zerglings on the ground. 5 base Zerg currently sitting versus 3 base Terran, who is mined out in his main, mined out just about in his natural, only surviving on this one mining base, which is very, very, very heavily saturated. Ball is now heading down. Where is this Muta gonna do? Looks like Pwder's army is heading out, and Zerglings are going to meet up with the Terran army. And taking out Thor's main. Lots of splash damage here. And it looks like he's down to 19 mutalisks. 52 Zerglings on the way for HorizoN, and just these 170 supply for Pwder, 149 for HorizoN. Looks like Pwder's now taking the lead. Pwder could actually pull off a win here. He was behind in supply, but now he is currently in the lead. Now pushing up into the Zerg's natural. A lot of these Zerglings are being, as soon as they're spawning, they're being taken out. Mutalisk is now trying to engage this army. So much damage. He's got up here advantage, and all the Mutalisks get taken out. And there's still a massive army left here for Pwder of Marines. He still even has all of his Thors left alive. He's now pushing up into the Zerg natural. And oh my god, did Pwder manage to pull off a win after being so far behind? It looks like he is. Terran GG. Oh man, I can't say GG yet, but he does manage to pull ahead. And I mean, with HorizoN on 5 base, he could come back. It's altogether possible. Spire now going down. 40 Zerglings on the way, as well as getting 18 Banelings moving in. Where's this army? There's the army. Right down here, but it looks like Pwder is regrouping here. With so many medevacs and so many Marines, he's able to keep this army yet alive. 13 barracks for Pwder. That is... Gee, look at them all. He is pumping out units as fast as possible, even supply blocking himself at 188 supply. Now forcing his army up into the Zerg main, spots the overlords of HorizoN, and is going to start doing some damage. Zerglings now flying up from the back. Zerglings now falling in on the Thors, and breaking those Thors down, and surrounding the rest of the Terran army, and does manage to clean that up with minimal losses. 164 to 82 supply currently, and this is definitely an exciting game as of yet. We've got another Terran ball moving out with a lot of Marines and this Thor, 2-0 Thor versus with these 3-3 Marines, 2 Thors actually. Zerglings now working on the base here from Pwder and manages to snipe that. A lot of SCVs now heading up to these Zerglings. Zerglings do have the attack speed bonus, and it looks like kind of a poor engagement here from HorizoN, not able to do a lot of damage. Meanwhile here, Pwder's army is now pushing up into this mining base, and he's going to snipe the Lair. He's going to get him dead. The Lair does go down from HorizoN, 171 supply 281. I don't think HorizoN can actually protect this thing, as this army is just rolling through here. It looks like the reason for this is we've got 3-3 bio and 2-0 Magnet versus 1-1 Zerglings are just getting shredded by Marine fire. I mean, these Marines are doing 9 damage shots, and if you take very few shots from the Zerglings that actually, or very few shots from these infantry units that kill these Zerglings. Now this base gets taken out as well, so now we're basically down to 1 base Zerg, as he only has this 1 mining base. This base has been mined out for ages. And I think HorizoN, yes, HorizoN decides to GG out of the game. Pwder does pull back a comeback and wins the game. This has definitely been an exciting game. It just goes to show you that with Mutalisks, you gotta hit the weak spot, man. If you fly into Thors, you fly into Marines, you're just asking for them to get popped. But if you enjoyed this cast, you want to see more like it, subscribe down below, and as always, have a great day.